Today we're discussing how we're protecting our palm trees in Beamsville, Ontario, Canada, Zone 7A/6B. What we have here is a Sabal Texensis brazoria, which is rated for Zone 7B, and we are protecting it with some protection a little bit later. Right now we're going over the wiring. We have a $10 string of 25 C7 lights, rated at 7 watts each, and here we have 8, which we strung up to some an extension cord to the front of the house, and then separately we are going to use a thermocube, and this is going to be used later on. What we did for protection on the banana plant, the Musa, what do you call it? Oh, look at that. It's already growing through all the protection because it's been such a warm November. We've done some chicken wire, about a 1.5 foot diameter, and filled it with mulch, and then covered it with a bag, and that should keep it really well protected this year. It's been cut off at about 2 feet, and it gives us a head start next spring. Our Sabal Louisiana, look a little bit stressed with, it gets a lot of wind here, but it's tiny little plant, and we're going to protect it with 8 bulbs, and we'll see a little bit later what we do to cover those bulbs to keep the wind off and keep the heat in. So what we've done here is we zip tied the brazoria so that the leaves are just straight up and down, and we've just trimmed the tips so that the rose cones will fit over nicely. Put in 4 of the kebab steaks that you make shish kebabs with into the ground, and then wrap the lights around, once around and then once around again, and the lights are attached to the skewer so they won't burn up against the plant itself, and they also shouldn't get too hot or wet up against the soil and then burn out. So here's a box covering our Sabal Texensis brazoria. What it is the greenhouse material with styrofoam lid and wood top to ward off any snow and moisture from getting in. And the plant inside is only about 13 inches tall, so we made this 16 inches tall. We have some lights in there actuated by a thermocube, and here's where the plug goes to, and then up to the house. And separately we have another line going on over to a rose cone. Inside here we have the Sabal Louisiana. It too is actuated by a separate thermocube. This one seems to keep its heat better. Last night that one over there went on about once an hour. This one here went on a little less frequently. The thermocube here actually also actuates some lights that go to our lean-to, which has our Yucca Thomsoniana, our Butea capitata, our Joshua tree here, as well as our Alifolia variegata, the Yucca Alifolia. And so yeah, it gets pretty warm in there throughout the day, but at night it definitely needs those lights to keep a little bit more toasty. That's what we got.